I'm Angela Broyles, and I'm here today in New Orleans, Louisiana at the National World War II Museum, and I am with Mr. Claude Moss, Jr., and I just thank you so much for letting us interview you with our Historical Truth 101 project.
Well, we were in the 7th Air Force 30th Bomb Group, and my particular squadron was the 392nd Bomb Squadron. And we had two other active squadrons, the 27th and the 38th in the bomb group. Then I can't think or remember the number, but we had one squadron that stayed back in Hawaii, which was a training squadron, so if we had losses, then we'd get a replacement from that squadron. And our particular squadron, we were at the old Pan Am base on Canton Island, and living conditions there were pretty good, although at the time we got there, we thought, gee, we've done better than this. And if we'd known what was coming ahead of us in future camps, we'd have never felt that way. But we were there for a while, and our preliminary mission was to fly patrol missions up behind the Gilbert and Marshall Islands, looking for any enemy fleet activity or submarines. And the day the invasion of Tarawa, we'd been told we were to be in the area at dawn, and as soon as the shelling started on the island, we were to proceed up the backside of the Gilberts and the Marshalls to be sure there was no fleet activity by the Japanese. When we left the island in the morning, it was a beautiful sight, the white sandy beaches and all. And we got back at dusk, and there was all this things in the water that, what were they? And I finally got out the binoculars and looked and realized that those were hundreds of bodies floating in the water. And we did make Tarawa, and we had him going in first to land. And as he got on the final approach and started to power back on the engines, he had a runaway engine, and there was no way he could get it stopped. He had to feather it, and that made him too late to land, so he proceeded on one engine to circle the island, and while we went on in and landed first, then he came around and landed, which was a miraculous thing with just one engine to fly a B-24. The Marines were so glad to see us and understand what had gone on, but it was kind of a hellish situation. The stench of bodies was still bad. There were still body parts to be found on the island,